guy coming to you from the Streetcar Super Nationals, and this is my pick for best showing car at the 2017 Streetcar Super Nationals here in Las Vegas. I gotta say, every time I watch this car run, it's just a beautiful piece of work. We've got Brad Owens with us today. He's the pilot of the car. His wife, Fran Owens, is not with us today. But Brad, what a beautiful car. It is the winning car for the 2017 Streetcar Super Nationals. Best showing car. Tell us about your car.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I'm flattered that you chose my car, but this car is really unique. It's been a race car since 1967. A good friend of mine originally built the car, and he gave it to me as a gift in 2005. He had a stroke and was no longer able to run his car, and he wanted to see his car continue to run down the racetrack, and so I started rebuilding it, and that's just what we've done.
So where are you from?
I'm from Bellingham, Washington.
Okay, so tell us regionally up there about the drag racing scene.
Well, we race up at Mission Raceway in Mission, BC, and I'm part of the Nasty Fish racing team, and we've been together for probably 10 years or so, and I've raced this car since 2005.
Who's on your crew?
Well, my lovely wife, Fran. She gives me moral support and goes to most all the races with me. Unfortunately, she couldn't come this weekend, but she helps me with recording the weather and entering data into the computer and predicting ETs, and most of all, moral support. She's my best friend, and it's just cool.
You were telling me a little bit about the history. Give us a little more.
Well, John Rowan was a local racer in the Northwest Washington and lower BC, Canada. And he began racing this car in 1967. And he was quite an innovator. This car ran a best of 1046 with a 406 small block at Portland International Raceway in 1984. And he campaigned it after that with a 364 small block Chevy, and it ran in the high 10s. And in those years, that was extremely fast.
Have there been any major events with this car? Has it been the same from the beginning?
No, it really hasn't. In 2012, I began a back half frame modification on the car. We put a Chris Olson Fab 9 rear end in it and one of their Eliminator 2 rear frame kits. And so that necessitated updating the cage and reinforcing the frame. And we've ended up with 4-link rear suspension and some chromoly parts in the front suspension and so on. And we've tried some different transmissions, and it's just been a blast working on this car and working towards improving it.
So you're doing all the work, is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. What's powering it?
It's got a 408 cubic inch small block Chevy. It runs on pump gas. It's run a best of 1033 at home up at Mission, and it's been a really, really fun car to drive. I'd like to send out a great thanks to my wife. She's been a great supporter, and she's been a trooper. She's supported me all the way, and I wish she could be here, but she just couldn't this time. But it's been a real team, and that's probably my most favorite part about this. But the bottom line, I'm grateful to be here, and we've been able to do a lot of things, and just being here is kind of on my bucket list kind of a thing. I just retired this year, and so now we have the time to do things like this instead of going to work every day.
Congratulations, Brad. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I'm sure you're the pride of the Northwest. And this is the Limo Guy's choice for best showing car.